Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're bringing to light a topic that's been trending for a while: women's egos and how they can sometimes be a bit too high. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And let's dive in.
Wake up in the morning and then you get a text. Good morning, handsome. I'd love to get breakfast with you. All breakfast on me at this spot right down the street from you. Then you get another message. Pause. Hey there, stud. I'm going to the gym at 12 p.m. I'd love to go with you. Maybe you could teach me a thing or two.
I'll teach you a couple things.
Then you get another one. Hey, having a penthouse party tonight, 9 p.m. It's gonna be great. You can network with some other higher status guys that we're inviting. It's gonna be great. And I'll have some of my girlfriends there as well. All bad. Hey, what's up, handsome? Just sending you $500 because you're so good looking.
Oh my god.
Thanks for being the one, baby. Let's say that happens to you for one day. You probably think you're the Then it happens for 2 days. You're gonna think, damn, I'm almost on God mode. Now it happens for 7 days. Then you think you're invincible. You guys see where the I'm going here? You literally would think you are God's gift to women if you got this type of attention and you got this type of love every single day for nothing more for the fact that you exist in the other. You would become a piece of person, wouldn't you? You would just sit there and be a low IQ moron, not read, not better yourself, not go to the gym. My friends, that is a life of a modern day girl that's super attractive.
It's an evil world we live in.
Women love the ego stroke of like a lot of men still wanting them even while they're in a relationship. But you have to have a certain level of maturation to know that the only person that rings my bells is my man. Y'all don't matter. Everybody loves attention, but women know, we know that our beauty gets us a lot of like great things. It's embarrassing to your man in your relationship to even acknowledge a man trying to get at you.
Reality check, you don't really like him, your ego just wants him to like you. Look, your ego can be either your best friend or your worst enemy. It will either support you or it'll sabotage you, babe. And right now it's telling you to try harder and accept this challenge to prove your self-worth to this guy so he could fall for you. And deep down, you don't even actually like this guy. He has his icks. He couldn't be more opposite of what you really truly want. But because he's in head over heels over for you, it is killing your ego. I'm not kidding when I say your ego will keep you in situationships that you were supposed to walk out of long ago. However, I'm here to help you become self-aware, because once you become self-aware, you'll be able to break free from the grasp that your ego has on you. Also, let me just remind you, pursuing somebody that isn't interested in you can lead to you being distressed, potential heartache, and just frustration with yourself. And who wants that? For me, it's just not worth the challenge. Your self-respect should be based on your self-esteem, your values, and not you seeking the validation of others. So please, manage your ego, understand that your emotions cannot always be trusted, and focus your energy on connections that are based out of genuine mutual attraction for each other, not that ego-driven motivation, okay? You got this, babe.
Something else I've been hearing, Dr. Peterson, a lot of young men have been sharing with me, and I'm not sure how much you've heard of it or experienced it. They've been sharing that, that they feel as though the average woman has no desire for the average male, and that because of things like social media, online dating, things along those lines, as well as just some of the female empowerment, where a lot of women have this is what they say, an elevated sense of self, that now they feel like they're above a lot of these average males, which also contributes to a disparity between young adults being able to connect and form meaningful relationships.
Look, there is no doubt that girls who have main character energy are literally the most attractive type of girls on the planet. She is so confident and incredibly magnetic that wherever she goes, everyone is always like, now remember, I said confidence, not ego. What's the difference? Let's talk about it. If you have a big ego, you'll always want to be the center of attention. You think that everyone should be focused on you. But confidence hits different. When you are confident, you are comfortable with the person you are. And you don't need validation from other people. Number 2, ego is fragile. Because the moment someone criticizes you, your ego is easily shattered. While confidence can withstand anything. If you have a big ego, sadly, you'll always compare yourself to other people. If someone has a nicer car, or handbag, or relationship, etc. But confidence focuses on personal growth. Because you know that someone out there will always be better, or prettier, or smarter, or richer than you. And you've made peace with that fact, because you already feel like you are enough, And you know that you are not in competition with anyone else. So you're only hyper-focused on reaching your own goals and creating your dream life for you and only you. Number 4. And last but not least, ego will always resist feedback. Ego will always make you feel like I'm always right and everyone is lesser or they don't know what they're talking about. While confidence embraces constructive criticism because they know that they aren't always right and they don't always have all the answers. And that's okay. Baby, it's good to have your own beliefs and values, but keeping an open mind goes a long way because some people actually do have your best interests at heart.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Tell me why I get so mad when an ugly man approaches me or tries to hit on me. Like, the audacity, like, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Who's gonna tell her? Who's gonna tell her that these men that are hitting on her are absolutely her lane? The majority of women shoot outside of their league because they think that they're more attractive than they actually are. Like, let's be for real. All of us are average. There's a very slim percent of people that are just naturally attractive. This woman, for instance, take away her filter, even in this video, take away her lashes, her lips, all of the things that you can tell that she was insecure about, take it all away and then see how she feels about that inflated ego that she's fucking putting out into the universe. I love how women are so comfortable getting on the internet saying medium ugly this and talking shit about a man's looks, but the reality is that the majority of women's looks can be removed with a makeup wipe. And then you follow it up with this shitty personality that you think that you deserve like a hot man when you have a shitty personality. Men are stepping away from all of this bullshit because they're picking their piece over these women with these inflated egos. And the funny thing about it is that these sense of inflated egos is all fucking bullshit because you get to know these women and they're the most insecure women. They think they're fat. They think they're ugly. They want a bunch of plastic surgery. So they talk shit about these men because it's basically just a projection about how they feel about themselves. And at the end of the day, the reason why their relationships don't work is because they're too hyper-focused on attractiveness and not about how people are actually treating them. Okay, bye.
It's not the woman chasing you for you. It's the woman chasing you because of your woman. Y'all will understand the dynamics of this women's shit.
Oh, I've lived this before. And I didn't realize it until a man actually told me. That's when I started paying attention to the behavior and patterns of women. That's when I realized that women will literally compete with another woman over a man. I learned a whole lot about women just from listening to men. A woman can't tell me a lot of shit about a woman's behavior more than a man is going to put out and tell you about how women actually move behind the scenes. Once y'all sit back and quit thinking that every woman is a pick-me female when it comes to these dudes, once y'all sit back and actually listen to what some of these dudes will tell you, the ways a female will move towards another woman when it comes to actually wanting that dude, y'all will learn that women is not as innocent and whatever damsel in distress is what y'all want to put out and believe that women are. No. I've dealt with several situations that a man told me my ex didn't want me back until they'd seen me move on and was with you in a whole nother situation. And then that female, they will try and compete with me to get back at him, make up every excuse to be back around, be involved. They will literally do everything. But then when you have somebody like me, oh, let me get the hell about this situation. I ain't got time for that. That's toxic. And that's when you know what type of females that you're actually are dealing with. Because grown women don't behave like girls. That's why y'all can't put every woman in the same category. Because every goddamn woman is not no grown woman. A lot of them might be older in age, but they still have the mindset and mentality of a girl. But yeah, they will compete for a man.
Women are very egotistical. We tend to allow our heads to get so big. We are now comfortable being the captain. We're not comfortable being someone that's sitting behind the captain or a co-captain. We want to be the captain with stipulations that not all captain duties I have to have. Like, you want to be the man, but you don't want to build anything. Right. You don't want to fix anything. Right. You don't want to actually do the hard labor things that men will do in order for you to have what men produce. Right. It's very manipulative.
Women hate to be left. You want to break a woman's ego, reject her. I cannot tell you how many times I have dealt with women who I've turned them down and they couldn't handle it. Especially women who are pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous, because they're used to getting everything you want. Women hate rejection. because they love our male attention and validation. They need it. It is oxygen to them. It is currency to them. It is manna from heaven. Our attention, gentlemen, is a woman's lifeblood. They need it. And the sooner you guys start to realize that taking your attention away from women, taking your sex away from women, and telling women no is more powerful than $1 million. Maybe not 1 million. It's more powerful than 6 figures. How about that?
Why are men typically the ones blamed for inflating a woman's ego?
Because most guys love to tell women how beautiful they are.
Weren't men groomed to be that way?
Yes. And to respect women ever since we're little, for sure.
I don't know, but we don't do that. They inflate their own ego.
Right, but I mean, what about simps? Simps are blamed for inflating a woman's ego, correct?
Yeah. And that's just degrading the value of the man, is what it does.
Weren't men groomed to be that way?
I hate to say it. Yes, they were groomed to be simps. We're supposed to come in and just go with what goes on, just conform with the household, go out, work, bring it all in, and
we are supposed to treat a lady with respect, but no, we're not groomed to be lower ourselves for something else. Because if I lower myself to come to your level, I can't help you get to my level.
I think that a lot of women stay in situationships because of their egos. I know because I've been there. You'll meet a guy, think, wow, I need him in my life. I need him to lock this down. But deep down in your soul, you know that this guy is no good for you. You know that if you were to end up with this guy, he's probably not going to be able to give you what you need in a relationship. But your ego is saying, we need to lock it down because if he were to commit to me, it would prove to myself that I'm worthy. And it will feel like you've won something over that once felt unattainable to you. Deep down, you are not wanting to accept the truth and the reality of what the situation actually is. Instead, you want to prove to him how worthy you are of his love. Give him everything that you possibly have to offer in order for him to see some kind of value in you. I stopped attracting situationships in my life by 2 things. Knowing exactly what I want and not tolerating anything else besides exactly what I want. And then number 2, being so solid in my core that I do not feel the need anymore to prove myself worthy of anyone's love. I'm so good by myself. I'm so good on my own that if you don't see what I have to offer, I feel bad for you. I'm not trying harder to make them see what they're missing out on. And if you don't see it, then I'm gonna keep it moving because I need a guy that's so sure about what it is that I have to offer him that he would be fucking dumb to not accept that offer.
Like a guy that has really high ego, that's like overconfident in a way that's more like cocky or arrogant, that's a no.
I can see that.
Yeah, because like confidence and like arrogance are 2 different things, you know? Like you have to know where you're like bad at and where it's not enough. Because like
but I feel like a lot of girls still like even overconfidence. Like
that's why there's so many toxic relationships. No, because my girlfriend had a thing with this guy who's like very confident, very like has his shit together or whatever, but also like a little bit arrogant. So then like when they kind of like broke things off, the guy was like, oh, you don't deserve me, you're like blah blah blah, blah, like calling her out for a lot of things that like.
Wait, but that's at the end of the relationship. That hardly like that's not as bad as if it was throughout, you know.
Yeah, but that would be worse, right?
Yeah.
To every woman, I would say there's nothing wrong with you having confidence. However, a few of you are going to get confused with confidence. And there's a distinct difference.
Ladies, I'm going to tell you why you don't actually have feelings for him. It's just your ego. So when you first start talking to a guy, things are going well, but then all of a sudden he starts drifting away or taking longer to reply, and it's clearly time for you to move on. But you've convinced yourself that you have feelings for this guy just because your ego's hurt. It's almost like you're trying to reverse the roles, that way you can be the one to leave him on red. But ladies, think with your head and not your ego. He's made it very clear that he doesn't want you around, so go find somebody that does.
I think women use shaming tactics on men because, simply put, our ego can't handle their truth. That's it. Our ego can't handle what they're saying because how it impacts us either makes us less valuable in their eyes, and we don't want to accept that. What they're saying is offensive to us because we know that we're not that. So we find ways to poke holes in their thought processes so that we are somehow more attractive to them or more appealing to them, as if arguing someone's perspective is going to change it. Sometimes it does, but when we're talking about attraction, that goes much deeper. So I think, simply put, women shame men for their perspective simply because it does not work in their favor. And so therefore, we diminish, we disparage, and discredit.